Not every shiny new car is a smart buy. Some look sleek, promise innovation, and even boast record-breaking sales. Yet behind the wheel, they're pure regret waiting to happen. In 2025, automakers have mastered marketing but forgotten reliability. From luxury SUVs that crumble under pressure to EVs so glitchy they can't even start, these are the cars owners wish they'd never signed for. And here's the kicker. Some of these so-called premium models cost more than a house. We're exposing the 13 worst new cars you'll regret buying in 2025. The ones with catastrophic flaws hiding under shiny paint. So before you sign that contract or click order, keep watching. Because the first car on this list was once America's cheapest new ride, and it finally got what it deserved. For years, the Mitsubishi Mirage was the car you bought when you just needed something that moved. It wasn't fast, it wasn't stylish, and it definitely wasn't fun. But it was cheap. Dirt cheap. One of the last new cars under $20,000. But in 2024, even Mitsubishi finally had enough. The Mirage is officially dead in America. And let's be honest, it's probably for the best. This little hatchback had a list of problems longer than its warranty. A weak 3-cylinder that wheezed uphill. A cabin so loud you could hear your thoughts echo. Interior plastics that made dollar store material look premium. Crash tests? Let's just say you wouldn't want to be inside one on a bad day. It earned the nickname the poor man's car, but even that feels generous. The ride was rough, the tech was bare bones, and resale value was basically non-existent. People didn't buy Mirages because they wanted one. They bought them because they had no choice. Now, with the last 2025 stock rolling off lots, some buyers are rushing to grab what's left, hoping to score a deal before it's gone forever. Here's the truth. Spending 16 grand on this tin can is like buying a new phone that can't connect to Wi-Fi. You'll regret it the moment the excitement fades. Farewell, Mirage. Few will miss you, and even fewer will remember you fondly. And the cheap mistake isn't the worst mistake. One 6-figure SUV is coming. Few names in the car world are as legendary as Jeep Wrangler. It's the symbol of freedom, adventure, and off-road grit. But lately, that legacy is starting to crack. And not just in the suspension. Start with the price. A base Wrangler now starts north of $33,000, and a fully loaded Rubicon 392 Final Edition pushes close to $90,000. That's luxury car money for something that still drives like a tractor on pavement. Then the problems. The infamous death wobble still haunts owners. A violent front-end shake at highway speeds that feels like the steering wheel is trying to escape your hands. Jeep's steering damper patches? More bandage than cure. The Sky One Touch power top promised open-air freedom and delivered leaks. Water pooling in roof panels, dripping into the cabin, and misaligned seals letting rain sneak in like an uninvited guest. Electrical gremlins roam free. Power windows quit. Gauges flicker. Lights die without warning. The usual suspect. The totally integrated power module. Totally integrated into your list of expensive headaches. Add questionable build quality to that price tag, and it's clear. Jeep's selling nostalgia, not reliability. Want real off-road ability without constant service bills? Look at a Toyota 4Runner or Land Cruiser. And the next car? It promised to revolutionize the electric era, then sank faster than its own stock price. On paper, the Fisker Ocean looked like the future. A sleek, eco-minded EV with bold styling and a mission to rival Tesla. In reality, it became one of the decade's biggest disappointments. Here's the elephant. Fisker filed for bankruptcy. When a company collapses, so do your warranty, service support, and access to parts. The pain began even earlier. Reliability surveys pinned the Ocean at a brutal 15 out of 100. Owners reported sudden power loss, frozen screens, and system glitches mid-drive. Even the regenerative braking, meant to save energy, but was jerky and unpredictable. a hazard in stop-and-go traffic. Inside, the interface felt unfinished. Simple tasks like changing temperature or tuning the radio meant wading through confusing menus. And in a 2025 EV, there's still no Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. That's like selling a smartphone that can't download apps. Price? $39,000 to $69,000 for something that drives like a public prototype. The suspension ride's harsh. The steering feels numb. Advanced safety features misfire with random emergency braking or lane assist dropouts. Headline hype finally sank. And if you think this EV flop is a one-off, the next entry proves even legacy giants can ship half-baked hardware. At first glance, the Chevrolet Blazer EV looks like progress on four wheels. Sleek, futuristic, dripping with confidence. Peel back the badge and you find one of GM's most embarrassing launches in years. Owners reported brand new Blazers freezing on startup, blacked out dashboards, and full infotainment crashes. In some cases, the car simply refused to start, a $60,000 paperweight. Charging should be its superpower, yet drivers complain of sessions randomly stopping, ports that won't unlock, and onboard computers forgetting the battery level. That's not a quirk, that's a trust breaker. When it does move, it still feels like a beta. The ride is stiff, the steering is lifeless, and when software glitches hit, critical safety systems can go offline without warning. Chevrolet even paused sales to fix issues. When a manufacturer pulls its own model off the lot, that's not confidence, that's panic. Starting around $48,000 and climbing past $60,000, the Blazer EV charges luxury car money for first-generation problems. Maybe updates will smooth things out. For buyers in 2025, the odds are bad. And the next one costs supercar money and drives like a compromise. BMW's M badge used to be a promise. Precision, goosebumps, dominance. Then the BMW XM arrived and turned that promise into confusion. This standalone M model was supposed to hunt Lamborghini Urus and Aston Martin DBX. Instead, it's an expensive identity crisis. Over $160,000 for an SUV that's somehow slower, heavier, and less exciting than its cheaper sibling, the X5M, which starts around $124,000. That's a $40,000 premium for flashier trim and worse handling. The XM feels bloated and awkward in corners, like an athlete trying to sprint in a weighted vest. Inside, the leather glows and the lighting dazzles, but the layout is cluttered, controls are fussy, and rear space is surprisingly tight for something this massive. Spectacle over substance. For XM money, you could get a Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT that's faster, a Range Rover that's comfier, or a Tesla Model X Plaid that's quicker. Not just bad, an M badge betrayal. And now, America's workhorse tries a tech pivot and stumbles. For decades, the Ford F-150 built cities, farms, and legacies. The hybrid F-150 aimed to add efficiency to that toughness. On paper, the best of both worlds. In practice, the worst of both. Owner reports stack up. Harsh engine noises, erratic starts, stalling, and system shutdowns tied to the hybrid battery. Jerky transitions between gas and electric. Towing complaints. Consumer scores reflected the pain. A low overall rating and a brutal reliability score. Paying over $50,000 for a truck that spends more time at the dealer than the job site isn't progress. It's a warning about rushing tradition into tech. Meanwhile, the F-150's sales crown slipped while rivals surged. Electrifying a legend is admirable. Forgetting reliability is unforgivable. Next, a luxury EV that looks the part and loses the plot. Audi usually nails the blend of design and dynamics. The Q4 Sportback e-tron nails the look and misses the math. You get style, LED drama, and that 4-ring aura. You don't get class-leading value. Specs hover around 335 horsepower and approximately 258 miles of range. Park it next to a Model Y that offers more power, more range, and often costs less, and the equation breaks. Even Audi fans admit it feels sluggish, dull throttle, uninspired steering, and a ride tuned more for looks than feel. Early versions were worse: lower power, shorter range, same price. Updates improved numbers, not reputation. Inside, the buzzwords are there: digital cockpit, ambient lighting, premium materials, but laggy menus and cluttered UI make it feel more frustrating than futuristic. Many drivers lease them for the looks, then hand back the keys when the shine fades. 4 rings and not much else. British luxury now makes things even uglier. Land Rover's Aura is adventure with polish. The Discovery Sport is the exception, a premium badge with budget-grade durability. Reliability scores run low. Owner complaints run high. Electrical glitches, transmission jerks, software bugs that multiply, uneven power delivery, and a stiff, bulky feel in corners. Infotainment drags. The cabin feels tighter than the price suggests. The ride punishes more than it pampers. For an SUV positioned as premium, it lands like a luxury tank with prototype vibes. Many owners swear off the brand after the repair bills stack up. Prestige in the driveway, pain in the service bay. And when 2 capable brands teamed up to go electric, the future rolled away. Toyota and Subaru joined forces for the BZ4X and Solterra. On paper, bulletproof reliability meets fresh EV tech. In reality, a humiliating recall headlined the launch. Wheels that could literally detach while driving, not figuratively, physically. Even after fixes, the experience stayed underwhelming. Sluggish acceleration, approximately 222 miles of range on AWD trims, and painfully slow charging. Inside, plasticky cabins, clunky interfaces, and thick pillars that chew up visibility. 2 brands known for dependability shipped EVs that felt half-finished. They were meant to challenge Tesla. Instead, they became a cautionary tale. When the wheels literally fall off your new EV, it's not a glitch, it's a symbol. And Jeep's other icon? Still struggling. The Jeep Grand Cherokee used to be a badge of honor. In 2025, it's a masterclass in mechanical frustration. Reliability scores sit near the basement while owner stories repeat. Multiple dealer visits, mystery warning lights, power loss, camera and infotainment freezes, and software updates that fix one thing and break another. Price makes it worse. Crossing $40,000 easily and cresting $60,000 on higher trims, it competes with far more reliable contenders like the Lexus RX and Acura MDX. Luxury price, headache ownership. Between the Wrangler's wobble and the Cherokee's breakdowns, Jeep turned its legends into cautionary tales. Innovation made the next brand famous. Corners cut put it on this list. When the Tesla Model 3 launched, it made EVs cool and reachable. Fast forward to 2025, and the shine has dulled. The base rear-wheel drive Model 3 struggles with fundamentals. Persistent panel gaps, paint defects, loose trim, and recurring electronic hiccups. Ride quality can feel harsh on broken roads. For a starting price around $38,990, you expect polish. Instead, it sometimes feels like it rolled straight out of a beta lab. Touchscreen bugs linger. Some owners report frozen displays controlling core functions, followed by long waits for service. Meanwhile, the standard Model Y delivers more space and AWD for a modest bump, making the 3 feel like a compromise. Tesla knows how to build greatness. Lately, it's cut too many corners. The magic fades when quality control does. And the next Tesla? Not a stumble, a spectacle. Few vehicles generated more hype than the Tesla Cybertruck. Bold, bulletproof, unstoppable. The execution? A stainless steel headache. Large recalls hit early builds, even trim pieces that could fly off at speed. Add failing wipers on some units and accelerator pedals that could stick, and you get the opposite of confidence. Build consistency? Uneven panels, rattling trim, sharp edges, and software that sometimes lags behind older Teslas. Nearly $100,000 when loaded should buy perfection, not a rolling experiment. Tesla called it innovation. Owners called it regret. The market took notes, and somehow we still have room to go lower. Enter the Fiat 500X, the bottom of the barrel. On paper, it looks charming. Compact size, European flair, easy to park. In reality, it's a compact catastrophe. Reliability scores scrape the floor. Owners report engine failures, transmission drama, electrical meltdowns, and parts delays that strand cars for weeks. Dealer support? Often slow, often painful, rarely cheap. Even if you dodge the breakdowns, it fails the vibe check. The ride is stiff, noise is high. The 9-speed automatic shifts like it's never met the engine. Fuel economy? Meh. The cabin feels dated. The infotainment system acts like it's still 2015. Value collapses fast. Starting around $30,000, it loses money quicker than almost anything else in the class. Within a few years, it's worth about as much as a set of tires for that XM. Not just a bad buy, a financial trap. If you see one smiling at you on a lot, walk away. Some cars waste fuel. This one wastes you. So there you have it. 13 new cars you'll regret buying in 2025. Some are overpriced disasters. Others are overhyped letdowns. All of them prove a shiny badge doesn't guarantee peace of mind. In today's market, new doesn't always mean better. Sometimes it just means riskier. Manufacturers want you dazzled by design, screens, and buzzwords like hybrid, smart, and all new. Behind the slogans, too many of these cars hide fragile engineering, green software, and reliability scores that should make you think twice. One takeaway? Always do your research. The most expensive mistake you can make in 2025 isn't missing the latest model, it's buying one that's already breaking down. And the wild part? Some of the biggest names are already repeating the same mistakes for next year. Before you buy, catch our upcoming breakdown, the most overrated cars of 2026. You'll be surprised which brands didn't learn. Until then, drive smart, spend wiser, and remember, sometimes the best car you can buy is the one you don't. Owner reports, reliability surveys, and recall notices informed this video.